Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another cryptocurrency asset-related video. It's been a little bit of time. We're still crushing it. We're still moving and shaking. And as you see, we have rebranded the channel from CryptoFluency to MadAssets. Just to quickly show you, we're going to be talking about CryptoFluency. That is still our wonderful cryptocurrency-related business where we educate people through DeFi. We just completed our milestones for Catalyst. That's full in effect. Right now, we're going to take you through that process. We're also going to look at JAWN token. We're going to look at some things that we've created in the past. But we wanted to rebrand the channel. We're calling it MadAssets because that's what this is about. This whole game. And another thing that we're interested in our personal life is real estate or real world assets. We see a big blend of digital and real world assets. And so we want to include the real world asset category. So if you are interested in building wealth long term, if you're interested in changing your life, if you're interested in taking part in the most significant revolution, financial disruption, and how to leverage that properly to not only gain wins in the DeFi space, but also be able to then relate that to the real world, to your life, to your home, to your property, to your investments in the real world. That's what MadAssets is all about. So you're going to get that same amazing cryptocurrency related stuff, which we're going to talk about today. Right now in front of you is the Bitcoin chart, right? We study the Bitcoin chart, and we're also going to take a look at what it's going to be like when we do get up to these blow off tops, right? When we do get up to these top areas and the cycle changes and it's time for us to trade out of our assets into fiat. What do we do with that fiat? And that's why MadAssets was born. So welcome to MadAssets, the first video. I'm very excited. What we have going on. And basically for several months now, we have just been in a sideways period. Yes, we've seen a little bit of upward momentum. If I take the tool here and measure this across where we're at now, 70 days here, it looks like from this local top. So it's just kind of been drudging along in the sideways direction. We take a look at ADA. Okay, our number one, layer one, just to bring this into focus, it's just been so sideways. It's been downtrodden for how long? Let's look at this. Jeez, guys and gals. 210 days. It's just been like sideways, okay, while the world is, figuring itself out. So if you've survived this long, congratulations. If you've just held strong, congratulations. Stick with it. We've seen these scenarios happen in previous bull cycles where this type of drudgery happens for long extended periods of time. And then what we do see is eventually, markets rally and we create tops. And so you see I have the bull top over here. These are just, I guess, hypothetical tops. This comes out to, we're shifting this out further and further. I just threw it up here at May 18 of 26. It doesn't mean that that's my date. It just means that I move this around. Just kind of leave it there. But where I focus my strategy as far as where we're at in the cryptocurrency markets are all honed in on the Bitcoin chart. Okay, because Bitcoin really leads the way. And where do I have the bull top here? This is a little bit more realistic as far as my theory. And we're somewhere around, we're getting closer to it. Now, I set this up like years ago, like really when we're way back here in the low. My top is from anywhere from October 6th of 25 over here to, late December, almost into the new year. Now, that's without understanding and keeping in mind that perhaps we might be experiencing for the first time ever in cryptocurrency markets the super cycle theory, the super cycle phenomenon, which could put the bull top being somewhere over in that April, May category, June even of 2026. And so what we see right now with all of the adoption happening, the worldwide regulation is being set in place. We have the Genius Act in the United States for stable coins, and now currently under deep development and clarity is actually the big Clarity Act that clearly outlines how cryptocurrencies, digital assets are going to be treated, and these financial instruments can now operate in a digital financial way. Was listening to, there was Eric Trump. It's got something called World Liberty Financial. You should look into that. World Liberty Financial is a massive business that they are creating involving digital assets and how the DeFi structure, the DeFi tooling is literally going to change the direction in the landscape of how finance works. And so Cardano, I'm still a believer that Cardano is the greatest digital asset to be a part of, along with, as you see here, we have Cornucopias, we have MinSwap, we have Liquid Finance, SNEC, World Mobile Token, IAGON. These are just a few of them on my watch list here in TradingView. Now, I also have a massive watch list on Tap Tools, which focuses completely 100% on the Cardano layer 2s. Okay, and so I still believe that Cardano, its ecosystem, is one of the best ecosystems you could be a part of when you're in this transaction and you're part of this disruption for several reasons. Security, everything I've talked about in my previous videos, but also because, and maybe even more important, the Cardano layer 2s never had a bull market. And if we factor in law of diminishing returns, where every bull market that an asset goes through will get lesser and lesser returns. And you can see that with Bitcoin, right? All the layer 2s on Cardano will have their first big bull run right now. And so to be positioned in the first ever bull run is amazing. Like if you experienced the really last bull run was Cardano's first as a layer 1. I mean, that went 12,000%. So if you were a part of that, that's fantastic. If you missed out on that and you just got into the space in 2022, the past couple of years you've been involved, or you missed out on getting in position during that last low in the 2020 area, COVID, there was a lot going on. There was a lot of distraction to actually focus on other things, but we realized that was a huge opportunity. And so here we are in something like MinSwap, the top DEX for Cardano. Look at this chart. It's hilarious. Look how small this chart is. It has nothing going on. And if I just simply take this little measurement tool from where we're at now, and I put it up to, let's say it goes to like $6. Now you could say that that's crazy, but go ahead and look at Uniswap, look at PancakeSwap, look at their first bull runs. So I spent a lot of time researching and analyzing Uniswap, PancakeSwap. I think Uniswap went up to $44 in its first bull run. $44 right now. And then it retraced all the way down to like $3 or $4, right? And so that's massive. I mean, it's not out of context in my mind that MinSwap could jump up to $6, $3, who knows, right? It all is crazy. Let's just say it goes to $2.7. Well, that's an 11,000% gain. Okay, we'll see. It could go up to $2 and then drop all the way back down to 20 cents in the next bear cycle. So we have this all over the place. Liquid Finance, another behemoth. Okay, a behemoth. Now, I have positions in Liquid Finance for going on 3 years now, almost going on 4, entering the 4th year. It's exactly the same. Like if you look at the Liquid chart, you look at the MinSwap chart, doesn't it look the same? Look at that. It looks the same. Let's go to Kopi. Started a little different, but look at this. Okay. The first ever metaverse game of its kind, Cornucopias, is on a whole nother level. Okay, if Cornucopias bounces up to, whatever, that $3 mark. Okay, 17,000%. You're not going to get these types of gains in Bitcoin. You're not going to get these types of gains in Ethereum. You're not going to get these types of gains, maybe perhaps even in Cardano. And if you do get a 17,000% gain in Cardano, which would be epic in some sort of wild, adoption, let's see what that would look like for Cardano's price right now. Just roughly, we're looking at rough numbers here to go 17,000%. It would have to go to, $135. That's not crazy. $135. I mean, it's doable, right? When you have the whole entire world coming in, you're looking at a deflationary asset, an asset that's really hard and sound, that has the capability to entertain Bitcoin DeFi, input output. Global IOG, their YouTube channel, put out a video on Ouroboros Laos with actual simulations for you to see. Input endorsers, there's side chains coming out with Midnight. Cardano will live everywhere with every blockchain that's out there. It's my view. Some way, shape, or form, Cardano, in some layer of a blockchain's tech stack, will Cardano be living, doing something useful and helpful for them in lots of cases. And so, is it out of context? Are Cardano going to 135? Okay, maybe. In a crazy wild world, who knows, right? You never know. And that's the advantage of being in position with these projects. And that's honestly 17,000% from today's price of 78 cents. Okay. But if we drop back down to where we've been, really been ushering and helping people along since that very low, 17,000% would be $42. So do you see that the difference of being in position? So if you've been getting in and stacking up since ADA was at 25 cents, for how long was ADA at 25 cents for? My gosh, it was around that opportunity. I mean, for 308 days you had to get that. And so there's a lot of time involved. 23 cents way back here in, what's that date? December 26th of 2022, right? I know that I was in my mother's house. I went into her guest room and I purchased a little bit of ADA at that moment, sort of by myself at December 26th. And then it goes on a rally, comes back down, and for another 100 and some days, it's just sideways in that 25 cent range. And so if you've been holding strong, $42 is a lot less than 130. But we don't know. Cardano, who knows? I mean, where's my top projection? It's like 15. This is like, again, I move this around. I would say I'd be happy if it went to $7, right? It went to $7. Mind you, if Cardano goes to somewhere like $42 or 100 and something, which is insane market cap, I would suspect that some of these layer twos like MinSwap, Liquid, SNEC, World Mobile, Igon, whatever, they might go to the 30-40% gains. See, we just clicked on World Mobile, same sort of situation. Nothing has popped off yet. We will see a massive uprise at some point with these layer twos. World Mobile, Igon's another one. See how similar they are? Okay. So that's our goal. That's our position. We at MadAssets are excited about having a collection of assets, right? Assets are what can help you grow your life, develop passive income, whether they are digital. In the real estate game, it's also strategic to include real estate in your overall investment portfolio to hedge from these different ebbs and flows of markets. Like when we do have a bull market top and things blow off, and then you sit through a 3-year, it feels like 3 years extended bear cycle. Mind you, after the super cycle, if this is a super cycle, it's then speculated that the bear cycle will be longer than normal. So if the bull market is longer in a super cycle, extending into 2026 and beyond, like the summer of 2026, going into May, June, whatever, who knows? Nobody knows. Then you might be in for more of a 5-year bear cycle, and that is something to consider. So what are you going to do for 5 years, right? real estate is where we're at MadAssets. And so we have a lot of really interesting things going on with the real estate world, and I'd love to help you all figure it out, because no matter where you are in the country, the same rules apply. It's exactly the same blueprint you can use and to educate yourself. And from now until then, if it does happen super cycle style, you do have 9-10 months to do some research and get prepared, because it's all about how we treat this game of all these different assets, these mad assets, we call them. And which is nice, because I do believe that real estate is going to be one of the industries highly affected by blockchain technology, as far as contracts and titles and deeds. Not to mention that I think homes represent a perfect NFT. I've been doing a lot with Cornucopias, and it's just exciting to have some of these land plots, and we're about to do the land grab. And so shout out to Cornucopias, get into that Discord, get into Cornucopias. Not even if you're a gamer. I'm not a gamer. I don't play the game, but I see value, right? I see value in what that could bring as far as an investment. That's large in part because I did meet an early investor in Roblox, and that was a pivotal time in my life that stuck with me. And he was an older guy, never played Roblox, but he listens to his grandkids, he listened to his family about Roblox, and it was really, really something eye-opening for him. Changed his life completely, and was able to make a fortune later on in his life, later on in his 60s, and something like that. Okay, so that's a full sort of recap theory of where we're at right now in the markets. I think that locally, we are in a time zone where we could see some bullish momentum, right? I mean, who knows? The world is crazy. You have Russia, you have China, you have all these trade things going on. You have all this uncertainty everywhere. There really isn't anybody yet. I mean, there will be somebody introduced to the SEC chair officially. You're going to see, Jerome Powell, the Fed chair. There's a discrepancy. There's a kind of a battle. Should he lower rates? Should he keep him where he's at, but he ends his term in somewhere like 8 months from now. And, all these things make a difference. If literally today there was an announcement that there was a substantial end of the war in Ukraine with Russia, you would see markets jump like crazy. But there is so many things happening right now that unfortunately take a lot of time to mature. And us as holders and investors, we just need to stay strong, stay diligent, and stay educated. And that's why we really value what we do with CryptoFluency. And so I'm going to take you to our website here, CryptoFluency. We have just created, we're very proud of this, my wife and I, Nadia. We have we got the funding for a Catalyst proposal in Fund 13. It was a really difficult proposal to get funded on. We are so fortunate and thankful to the entire community to be recognized as an expert in this area of DeFi, decentralized finance. How do we plug ourselves into Cardano's ecosystem, right? And do it properly, do it safely. And this course is huge. There are several hours of content, over 100 videos. There's a way where you can get it for free. I'll show you. And then there's also a way where you could do something never been done before in this entire ecosystem and in Cardano or cryptocurrency space overall, which is you could mint one of our workbooks through the Stuff.io platform. So if you don't know who Stuff.io is, if you don't know who the Book.io team is yet, you should. They are heavy hitters in the Cardano space. And so we have partnered with them along with some other partners, some education partners that are also building on Cardano, where you can actually then plug in to their systems and experience how Web3 works with your wallets. Okay, and if you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know, I don't have a wallet. Well, we take you through complete beginner, novice, all the way up to advanced levels. And so here's how it works. This program was made possible through the funding. We're so excited about Catalyst. Actually, Fund 14 is really up for votes and getting your wallet aligned in, I think, a week or something. Very soon, Fund 14 is coming out. There's some details to iron out. We have 2 learning versions. Okay, so there are 2 versions of this course. A basic version, like I said, where you can just kind of get it for free And I recommend you just go down that path where we'll get to in a second, or a workbook version. And that's where you should go, because it's the process of actually getting that workbook done is an education in itself. To actually receive that workbook is an education in itself. Again, it's nothing has been done before where there has been a workbook included in a package this way. Okay, and so there's three platform options. You have Andamio, we partner with them. They have the skills to work focus. Olympic Insights emphasizes learn to earn with an AI tutor. And then Wisdom Courses features gamified interactive learning and community challenge to keep you focused. Okay, so first you'll just choose between the basic workbook or workbook versions, and then continue on how to select the platform that best suits you. And so it's super simple right here. Get started, choose your alternative, and we go down. Here is your platform, how to mint it. So if you were to come up here and we're on the page together, and you just click explore the workbook, it's going to bring you right to step one, how to mint your workbook with stuff.io. Okay, take your time to read this. You'll go ahead and you will click that link, and there you are, directly connected to the Stuff team. And if you don't know, Book, they started off book.io. They still have that. And this is essentially like a book, and they rebranded, which gave us kind of our idea too. We see there's a lot of strength in rebranding yourself every now and then. They rebranded to Stuff to include not just books, but music, video, and lots of other things. And so that rebrand from Book and Stuff is the same exact entity. And so they have changed their token from Book to Stuff. Okay, so if you had book tokens and you look in your wallet right now, they'll be Stuff tokens. And so we are really excited and happy with that team. We're going to be going to Rare Evo this next Thursday. So, this is actually a week from today. We'll be heading to Rare Evo. Nadia is going to be doing some stuff with the team. So we'll probably do some content and send that out there. They're a fantastic group of people. And here it is right away. See buying options, okay? It's $14.99. And the ADA equivalent. So you can pay US dollars, or you can pay in your ADA. Okay. And so go ahead. If you have any issues with this, or you have any questions, let us know. And then you have this workbook. You can sell it to somebody else later on the secondary marketplace, because there's only a certain amount of them available. And this is just to express to you all that CryptoFluency is a major focus of ours. And I think that to put it in its own place and focus it as its own strategic business gives it a more exclusivity, and then we're building our channel to MadAssets to actually focus the channel on content that discovers the whole world of real world and digital assets and the simulation of both. So look at these numbered books. There's only 500 of them. Number of unique covers, 38. One of one covers and 6. So there's different rarities and traits, and they are beautiful. Look at these. Look at the work that they did to put these little beautiful books together. And they are chock full for $15. You are literally able to clearly understand so much of what's going on right now, currently, in this hot, ever-expanding, adopted world of cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, Web3 integration. Okay? And so that's it. And there we go. And then you'd be supporting the channel for $15. And I wish you good luck on your DeFi journeys in that sense. We're excited. And then to finally cap things off, we haven't forgotten about SNEC. SNEC is actually something pretty interesting. It's the largest meme coin on Cardano. They recently got listed on TradingView. Not TradingView, Kraken. Okay, they're the highest volume traded asset in Cardano, and they have gone through that process to be awarded listing on Kraken without having to pay to play. And another bit of information is that they partner with Input Output Global, IOG. Something is brewing under the hood there. We don't know how that's going to work, but I have an idea. It's going to sort of corroborate with the release of Midnight, the security layer. Who knows? But I think that it's extremely powerful. And if you were with us for a while, we minted. So you can launch your own token here. We did, and it was JAWN. If you bought some JAWN token, you have some JAWN token in your wallet, I just want to say thank you for that support and, again, testing something. And what I want to show you with the JAWN token is that we have not forgotten about it. Again, we've been in this space since 2017. We understand how things flow. Things take some time. It's been a little bit on the back burner, but you can see that like our wallet here, the creator wallet there, we still own the exact amount from the beginning. It's interesting how this works. And we are excited to have launched this sort of community token. We might redo the logo here, the favicon on that to change things up and rebrand a little later. But we're just excited to do it. And if you also want to support the channel in a different way, and you want to add to that, get $5 a gen or JAWN. $10 a JAWN, as it would be like a donation to the channel. Just keep it in your wallet. And we'll see what happens, because as this continues to grow and we get more and more people, and we get more and more people interested in the JAWN token to hold it for community purposes and gating purposes, and perhaps even some incentives for our community outside of that it could be graduated into the DEX phase, and we'll get listed on Splash DEX and go through the process of taking it extremely serious. But right now, it's just something fun. I wanted to push that out because people have been asking me about it, and the JAWN's out there. It's a really interesting project for us, and what we're doing with these MadAssets is we're putting them all together for you in real time. So, with all that said, I would say stay strong. Okay, stay knowledgeable. Get that workbook. It really explains and offers a lot of information for you. So that you feel armed and equipped on how to do this properly. We also look at how not to get scammed, how not to fall victim to a phishing site and things like that, so you can protect your assets accordingly. Okay, till next time, we'll see you in another video soon.